Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be the weekly review of the Power Profit Scan newsletter, which is a portion of the Inner Circle subscription that I offer at the site. Before I go any further, a couple quick disclosures that I like to make every week. The first is, by no means am I trying to imply that every single alert that is sent out is some sort of winner and that money's always raining down from the sky or anything like that. In fact, maybe a little bit of a spoiler alert here, but I may or may not be showing a losing alert that was made just to keep things realistic, but also to illustrate the secondary point that this is exactly why risk control, risk management, understanding risk is so important, because despite what some people may make you think or portray, losses happen to everybody. And that's why you need to know how to keep losses controlled and keep them just not ensure that they don't spin out of control and, the wheels don't fall off the bus. Because while losses do happen, yes, winners also happen. So when those winners do happen, you want to make sure that you know how to keep your account in the best position possible to benefit from those winning trades when they will come along. Because just as much as losing trades come along, winning trades also will occur. Second, we are going back quite a bit of a ways and are going to be looking at the week of 12/3/18. Why are we going back so far into the past? Well, two reasons. First, it's just giving the chart plenty of time to play out so that we can see what happens. And then second, it's just a matter of being fair. I mean, if you have paid for something and then all of a sudden you saw what you paid for, that person now giving it away for free online, you'd probably be, rightfully so, a little annoyed by that. So it's just a matter of making sure that there's been plenty of time for things to play out and then keeping things fair to paying members. So let's get to it. A few just broad comments. First, this is the newsletter that's sent out every weekend, usually on Saturday mornings. So everybody's got plenty of time to prep for the week and put together trade plans or what have you. And then also, I want you to keep in mind the prices that we're looking at here, because yeah, this right here is up over a $30 stock. But as you're also about to see, I have no problem going down below a penny per stock. So the point here being, what price range do you follow? I follow whatever I think gives best opportunities and best probabilities for profit. So there's not any sort of, I try to definitely give a variety, but it's not like there's any sort of certain there's criteria, but as far as price, that's one of the last ones. We'll cover everything from penny stocks up to stocks that you're seeing right here up over $30. So this one right here, as you see, comes via the breakout coming category and CTLT. You can see it's got some nice stair steps that we're forming, as I mentioned right there, and then you're just kind of throwing out there, can it break through that level right there? So let's see how this one played out. So here we are again going into, this is what the chart looked like over the weekend, and the next candle you will see is, that opening day of the next week, and let's see how this one played out. So right there, got the gap up there, which is never necessarily a smooth, a smooth way to go about it. But it's not like it was a massive gap or anything like that. So I wouldn't consider that chasing or anything of that nature. But made the move there, got the break of that area. And then from there, just absolutely turned right around. And let's just put on your imagination caps and say, you know what? You get undisciplined for whatever reason. You come up with a reason why you wouldn't follow rules, or why you wouldn't just get out of the trade and honor a stop loss. If you're thinking, wait, what's a stop loss? Then take that as a sign that you should definitely not even be trading with real money right now. But let's just say that you do know what it is, but for whatever reason, you just decided to start to break rules. So keep that in mind as we continue to go play out for this. Remember, you could have been taking the loss somewhere up around here on the chart. And look at that thing go. Look at that thing go. Why am I bragging about such a massive losing trade? Well, it shouldn't have been a massive losing trade. It should have been a losing trade, yes, because you were disciplined. But I'm trying to maybe scare you a little bit into being disciplined by showing, when you're not disciplined, is this going to happen every time? No, that would be a lie. But can things really get nasty and could a potentially small controlled loss turn into something much greater? Yeah, absolutely. And here's an example of that. So if I can scare even just one viewer of this into following their rules and being disciplined, then great. But yeah, like I said, not every single alert is going to turn out to be rainbows and butterflies and sweet little old ladies. Losses happen, and this is exactly why you want to keep things controlled, because as you see here, things could have gotten much, much worse. The next alert here, ticker symbol HEMP, has been quite a popular one down in the penny stock world, and this was just simply a volume alert. So now look down here at the price, and we're talking about a stock that's less than a nickel. So we've gone from a $30+ stock to a stock that's trading for below 5 cents. And as you see here, I did alert the volume because the volume surely came in. But the main thing here was that the point that this did make big moves in the past. With all that being said, though, don't chase. So I implied don't chase, but let's see if the thing pulls back. And I gave some general areas down here, and this will be kind of a good quiz going forward. Yeah, I put the green line there, and if people wanted to stay and use that as their line in the sand of that's where I want to get in, that's fine. But also, this is going to go to show the power of having knowledge, understanding charts as a whole, understanding how to structure trade plans, because you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into one particular set of plans. And that's what that level right here could have been. And I'm not saying that you should, but there was also some other glaring opportunities that will arise that rise actually multiple times. Let's just get to it. I'm getting a little bit too far ahead of myself, but let's see how this one played out. Again, here's a chart going into the weekend. And remember, the overall premise right now is don't chase. But let's see how this one played out. So could you imagine some people chased the gap up right there, bought, and then had the price pull back on them? Eek. So remember, we're still waiting for some sort of pullback. And right there is just an absolutely thing of beauty. That pink line there, the 200 period at simple moving average, sort of a famous level in the world of charts. And right there you can see the price went down there, bounced off of it. Came down there again, got right in that general vicinity. And then from there's where the big move happened, and the big move wasn't over yet. Another big move happened. So from here up to here was a 67% move. Yes, I could have run the calculations based there, but I was just assuming that this, downwards pretty nasty day right there would have probably knocked people out, and you wanted to cause, some sort of profit taking. But a 67% profit window, am I saying anybody played it perfectly for 67%? No, but even if you got half of that, or just a quarter of that, that's still a very solid percentage move for just a couple weeks of time. And as I've shown in past videos, when you look at like bank CD rates and they're showing 2% for 5 years, even if you only got 20% of this, 15% in a couple of weeks compared to 3% over 2 or 3 years, a very nice gain. But that also, maybe that move right there didn't pull you. It's not like this was a total crash. Perhaps you did get even more out of it. So I'm trying to kind of play things conservatively. But overall, though, that's why you don't want to chase, and that's why you want to have a general knowledge of things. But I do want to speed things back up again, because some people say, oh, charts don't work. Charts don't work on penny stocks. Well, look right what the price did again. Pulled right back to that general area of the pink line, the 200-day simple moving average. And then once again, nice little bounce. Percentagely, that was still a nice bounce. Pulled back again. Look right where it's pulled back to, right around that pink line. And as of right now, the prices started to get a little bit of a bounce from there. Will it continue? Only time will tell. But I just find it kind of coincidental that 3 times now the price has gotten right down around that general area of the 200-day and has bounced every single time. So are charts perfect? No. But to say that charts are totally worthless or don't apply to penny stocks, that's just ignorance. As I find this quite coincidental that on 3 separate occasions now the prices stabilized and shown some upwards movement right around the same area, and again, that area being the 200-day moving average. So, have general knowledge. If you have general knowledge, now don't get me wrong though, don't go out there and say, okay, well, I saw this video and the 200-day moving average, you just buy whenever the price gets there. No, there's more that goes into it, but general knowledge being, you could have seen this pull it back and say, okay, yeah, it's pulled back. Potentially not going to get down to that green line, but hey, look, we have the 200-day moving average right there. Hop in right around that area, and that would have still been 100% logical. The final one we'll talk about, another penny stock, AXXA, and keep in mind the price here. Now we are talking about literally a stock that is below a penny. So we have covered the gamut of prices that you could have. I suppose we could have done a over $100 one. But again, AXXA, another volume alert, and I say same concept as above because within the list, first came HEMP and then came AXXA. So 2 penny stocks in a row. So that's what, the same concept as above statement right here is referring to. And once again, I say don't chase, but a sell-off could create opportunity. So is the price going to pull back? Not necessarily at 007, but just in general, could the price potentially pull back? And, that's one of those things where, again, general knowledge, may, present an overall opportunity to hop in on some sort of pullback. But the main premise right here is, don't go and buy right here. Don't go and buy if it gaps up or something, because that would definitely be chasing. So let's see how this one played out. Once again, can you imagine the price gapped up, ran all the way up there. Some poor souls were buying up at 0.015, 0.016. And they ultimately did get bailed out by a pretty crazy move right there. However, remember, we're looking for some sort of pullback. And you're saying, wow, and this also goes to show sometimes it's not like every one of these alerts is going to happen within a day or two. Sometimes you just got to wait. You throw it on the watch list and you just keep an eye on it, and maybe a week or two does pass, but you keep it on the watch list. And right here you can see the price with some patience eventually did pull back. Absolutely beautiful bounce right there. But there's another level that's out there. If you've noticed the purple line right there, that's another famous level in charts, the 50-day. And you can see that the price came right down to this general area. So whether it was 007, whether it was that purple line there, I mean, both entry points would have presented an opportunity. I based my calculations off 007. I mean, if I wanted to make the percentages look that much better, I would have obviously done that. But like I said, I'm trying to keep things as conservative as possible. And then right there got the bounce, and maybe distance-wise that doesn't look like that much, but when you're talking about this price range, that was actually a move worth 71.4%. But to be, open and upfront, these are not the type where you're going to be able to take $50,000, throw it in, and then just have 71% on it. No, I mean, you could buy $50,000 worth of the stock, but with these penny stocks, they are lower volume. So when it comes time to actually selling $50,000, that could have been a much bigger challenge. But as far as smaller amounts, yeah, there was, opportunity there where you could have gotten in and out. But, I don't want to come across like, oh, yeah, you could have taken all $50,000 and it would have been perfectly fine. And that's a percentage that could have happened. No, not with $50,000. With these past couple, that would definitely assume if you have smaller amounts, that would work out for those. But overall, a very nice play. Yeah, some patience was definitely required on the pullback and then waiting for the move to happen. But it would have never violated any sort of stop loss area on the pullback here. So, it was definitely a more than logical potential move right there. Now, again, would people play it for 71%? I'm not saying that, but even if you got, let's say you screwed up half the trade, that's still 35%, which is not a bad return on your money at all. I have no idea how we're over 12 minutes already. I thought this would be a shorter video given I was only doing 3 charts, but I guess all that in reflection, I did throw in quite a bit of, kind of educational things. So that was good. It was fun to do a little bit of teaching here. But regardless, if you are interested in getting alerts like this, then, that's where you want to go to the claytrader.com/inner circle, or just go to claytrader.com and there's a section for the inner circle that you can click on. And these are all the other benefits you get. Obviously, we just talked about the Power Profit Scan newsletter. There's also a live trading chat room where you can trade alongside me and other traders. And all this costs $99. Not per week, not per quarter, not per month, per year. So if you break out the calculator, per year breaks down to $8.25 per month. Or if you want to take it per week, breaks down to $1.90 per week. So truly, no excuses on, it's definitely more than fairly priced. And as I say every week and will continue to say, over the time span of 12 months, I'm more than confident you'll get at least $99 worth of value. Yeah, I get it. That's not setting the bar exactly high, but the idea here is just to keep, have a price to keep the trolls out, to keep the pumpers out, to keep all those sorts of people out, because it's amazing how any sort of price at all serves as a filter to keep out, the riffraff that a lot of especially the free chat rooms offer. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Shoot me any questions or just leave a comment down below and I will get back to it. I hope you decide to join.